Don Butler.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's a pleasure to follow my honourable friend Rebecca Green and Stepney and to hear all of the incredible speeches today. I want to thank the wonderful member from Spen Valley for securing this debate on the legacy of Jo Cox, your sister and our friend. And we've heard it's actually brought the House together in terms of where we should be as a House and as a society, and the people that really need to listen to this are not here on the other side of the House, and not the member for Brighton Pavilion who gave an amazing speech and Batley, but there are others on the other side of the House that we're kind of dancing around it, but we know that they are the agitators of a lot of hate, and that is their hallmark. I want to talk about, Madam Deputy Speaker, a sunny evening. It was a sunny evening. I grabbed my karaoke machine, 2 microphones, and a bottle of vodka, and I headed to a boat party of the 2015 intake, hosted by Jo Cox in Wapping, and we croaked out some amazing songs. As we drank, the songs got better and longer. And I feel that Jo sang I Know Him So Well, the extended version from Elaine Page, which I know she has sung many times with her younger sister. And they even have dance moves, Madam Deputy Speaker, I've seen the videos. It was a evening of joy and laughter. I actually forgot about the awards that we gave out, but it was just a wonderful evening of fellowship and love. And actually, I've got a confession to make. So I'm glad that the member for Ilford North isn't in the chamber, because I got a taxi there, and he got me a taxi home. And I may have had to ask the driver to pull over so that I could be sick. So if his Uber rating went down a little bit, it could have been my responsibility. But I feel like now is the time to make that confession. It just feels right. And on the 16th of June, as I lay on the sofa recovering from the boat, as I lay on the sofa recovering and watching the news, and it flashed up that an MP had been stabbed, we were all kind of thinking, the WhatsApp group exploded, and we were all thinking, who's that? Who could that be? And it was unbelievable when somebody said it was Jo. We're like, it can't be Jo. And I also thought, how can it be Jo? You know, we was just together. And the fact that Jo was going to her surgery on that day is just a testament to who she was. Like, she had hosted a very rowdy event, and she was determined that she was going to go to her surgery and do the job that she was elected to do. And I think it's just a testament to just the amazing woman, advocate and politician that she was. And there's also another person, Bernard Kenny. He was stabbed trying to save Jo, and he was a hero. And in a weird and strange coincidence, they shared the same birthday. Yep. And I feel that that was a sign from the gods that they wanted Jo to be with us for a little bit longer, like her work wasn't done and wasn't finished. And Bernard was given, an award by the Queen. And I think his wife picked up his award for him. And it's great to mention him too.
Would Madam Friend give way? I thank her for giving way, and I thank her as well for mentioning Bernard.
you're right, he was an absolute hero on that day. And the other coincidence, bizarrely, was that his son, Phil Kenny, was actually Joe and my geography teacher.
Oh, wow.
So, and I've got to know Phil and his family over recent years, and I want to put on record my thanks to them for their support as well.
Oh, wow.
Go on, Butler.
Thank you. It's incredible. I mean, these coincidences sometimes are signs and messages as opposed to coincidences. But what isn't a coincidence is your kindness. And the person you've been in this house. And it obviously runs in the family. And we need those traits more than ever in society. We need it more than ever. Because we do have politicians in this house, we have activists in our country who are intent on sowing division. And as much as we try to stop them, sometimes it feels as though we are not winning the battle.
Yeah.
And that's tough. And that's tough, Madam Deputy Speaker, when we know there are more better people in the world than there are bad. And it's tough because those people who are fueled by money and ego and power are getting more publicity than anybody else. And yesterday I was on Ian Dale's show, and I was having an argument with a member from the other place. And he kept saying, well, social media is a voluntary contract and, you know, it shouldn't be banned and it shouldn't be legislated. Well, actually, he was completely talking out of his rear end because I'm getting better. Because he failed to understand the real damage that social media can do. Social media is like somebody producing a hate leaflet and delivering it through your letterbox, whether you want it or not. And the fact that they get rewarded and paid to do that means they do it more often. And we have to recognise that, and we have to recognise that in government, and we have to ensure that we legislate. It's tough, but we have to do it. We're in a different world right now, and we have to do it.
My honourable friend for giving way. Would my honourable friend agree with me that unless and until the government takes action that hits these companies where it hurts, in their pockets, in their profits, then they will continue to do what they're doing. So isn't it like we set age limits on alcohol, on cigarettes, we ban heroin and crack cocaine and all this kind of stuff. This is one of those products that causes such harms.
I thank our honourable friend for that intervention. I 100% agree. Yeah. We have to hit them where it hurts. There has to be consequences. We have laws around inciting hatred in our country, and yet still these companies seem to bypass that, and openly and flagrantly so. And so I 100% agree. There's the leader of Resist gets something like 500,000 or 1 million views whenever he posts a hate post. He's not that popular by any stretch of the imagination. And it just adds to feed egos, Madam Deputy Speaker. So we need to legislate.
And also that we would be wise to heed the warning of what happened in the run-up to the First World War in Germany, which was fundamentally that radio was a new media then, and there was no regulation over it. And that is where we landed was the First World War. And if we do not recognise that history is in many ways repeating itself as we stand here now, then we could pay the significant and ultimate consequence for that.
I thank Honourable Friend for that intervention. And in fact, we are already paying the consequences of that. And if we don't take this as seriously as we can now, then we can't foresee the additional harms that will happen, because the growth of the involuntary celibate movement, that underground movement that actually we didn't really know about but could feel the rise of misogyny and hate against women, was being fueled by social media. And so, just because we're not a part of it, we have to legislate. And this is also why I feel that we have to legislate for the individual. Because as soon as we put in law some legislation, it's out of date. And so we do have to legislate to protect the individual, to protect your voice, your image. We have to do that and legislate. And I also agree with the key calls for the Joe Cox Foundation and from their most recent report. And they talk about political parties should enforce higher standards of conduct. And I feel that is something that needs to happen. But some political parties won't care. And in fact, some political parties actually recruit people who they know have violent intent, are racist, misogynistic, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, homophobic. They actively go out to find them. So we have to find a way that we combat that. Elected representatives and candidates should actively lead by example, maintaining civility during robust democratic debate. We can all take a leaf out of that book. Tech companies should do more to prevent and reduce online harms. Media, digital and political literacy education should be expanded for all ages to build greater understanding. And lastly, the government should ensure sustained funding, police resourcing and cross-border coordination to protect elected representatives. It's a sad fact that we need more protection than ever before, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's a sad fact that social media means sometimes that our speeches can be manipulated, can be misrepresented. You can be, because the rules of the House sometimes is complex, it can be easily manipulated for a certain agenda. And it's a sad fact that that then puts us at risk in this place and outside of this place. And so there's a lot more that needs to be done. And Madam Deputy Speaker, I want to end on this. Joe was a great advocate for everyone, for people in Africa, for the children, for Syria. She would have hated what was happening right now in our country. She would have hated the rhetoric, and she would have been on that front line fighting. And I want to end with a poem by a Syrian female poet. She says, "It does not matter that I love her endlessly. She lives in a world that the devil dreams to flee. And yet she stands strong with a smile shining through her lips. With a laugh, musical poetry to my ear. She's a brave woman, gentle and free." May members in this House be a little bit more like Joe. Thank you.
Absana Begum.
Thank you, Madam